Hey, Blue Table fans, did you miss me? Yeah. Just so you know, I was in Oregon for 5 days, and my theory was I was going to do some audio-only commentaries, but that kind of disappeared. So just thought I'd take a quick turn and show you some of the more exciting things that are happening. First off, we have this Blood Angels army, and it's got predators, rhinos, razorbacks. Does it have razorbacks, James? Because you did this. Okay, great. So, like these have magnetized hatches on them. And so what goes here besides this?
The sponson.
The sponsons. Okay, so these are predators that can change into predators with no side weapons.
Correct.
Great. And these are the awesome icons that come in the Blood Angels Ball Predator.
Yes,
right?
It comes with 3 different ones.
So you don't need to get Forge World doors, really.
Right.
I mean, you can. There are Forge World Blood Angels doors, but quite frankly, I think these are a little bit better. So, and these have like magnetized turrets and sponsons and the whole thing. You know, I'm really just not going to mess with that right now.
And actually, Sean, this is part 2 of the
that's
300
right,
plus magnetized point army.
Now, the client wanted to run some Grey Knights, but wanted them to be Blood Angels themed. So these are going to be painted like Blood Angels. They have these extra big shoulder pads, and obviously these really nice Nemesis Force weapons. A lot of them are unique, which is actually a part of the Grey Knights. If you look at them, they have different shapes. Like some of them have swords or halberds or whatever, but there's Nemesis Force weapons, and there's 10 of those. And here's more. I believe these are Sanguinary Priests, right?
That one isn't. That one is
isn't?
actually a Reclusiarch.
Okay, which is a librarian.
He's like a chaplain.
Oh, he's a chaplain. Okay, well, shows you what I know. Guy, that's kind of embarrassing. So here's Sanguinary Priests. These are basically the Blood Angels apothecaries. Those are, as you can probably tell, made out of the Space Hulk figures, which are really quite exquisite.
Yes.
Now, this we didn't do. I guess the client bought it somewhere else, and I really wish I could get close up to this, because this has some pretty exquisite sculpting on it, and this is a Sanguinius.
Or Sanguinius, if you're Italian.
Sanguinius. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Yeah, I'll have a Sanguinius on the rocks. You know, that should really be a drink. A Sanguinius.
It'll be like a Bloody Mary, right?
It's like a raspberry smoothie with extra cranberry juice or something like that. A Sanguinius. You know, someone's going to invent that now that I said that. All right, now we have these. Hold on, let me shut the. Okay, next up we have this Ogre Kingdoms army. So let me show you some of the conversion work that's been done in this. Most notable, I think, the best one in here, these Gorgers. They have modified river troll heads on there, each one different, green stuffed on, poses modified, so each one's different. That's the trick, really, with this particular sculpt. There's only one sculpt. These saber tusks have been modified, so they look a little mangier, and quite frankly, the longer tail, I think, makes them look sleeker, faster. The hunter has the client requested a pelt, so we put on some Space Wolf plastics there for the claw of the pelt, and the lion-headed gut plate from the tyrant, green stuffed into a full pelt. He has a cloak, so a lot of different stuff on there. The butchers have lots of tooth knoblars trying to help them out there with these braided tooth things, so definitely a lot going on that one. So there it is. Okay, here we have an Orcs and Goblins army. This is actually only half of the materials needed for it. We're doing it concurrently with the Studio Industrial Orcs, and this one though is going to be a little more traditional, more primitive type of technology. So there's that. The next major thing that came in is this project with 64 Chaos Warriors, and let me tell you, that's a lot of hitting power. We created a couple of prototypes for it to make sure that it was done very nicely and that everything would work. So there's those. And we've been doing a lot more War Machine. Here's a Crike's army that we have cracking, and I gotta tell you, War Machine is a great game. I spent a lot of time in Oregon reading all the rule books. In fact, I read through the rule book, including all the fluff. and that was really quite enlightening. Alright, here we have a couple of Land Raiders. These are actually going to be fused into what we call a triple, which is one Land Raider that changes into all three variants. Yeah, and you have to basically burn a whole kit for that, because then you don't have the sponsons. What are you going to do with it? We're hoping to use those for like chaos stuff later on down the line.
Or you could give it to a resident orc player.
It's going to be a salamanders. A what? A resident orc player? You know, orcs are known for their optimism. Alright, Rin here's working on some Kroot Mercs. Oh, there he goes. Come on out. Come on out. Hi. So, this Kroot Mercs army is huge. It's 3,000 points. And so the theme is Kroot have overrun an Imperial base, taken all the equipment, modified it as needed, and are now marching out. In game terms, it can be played as an Orc army or an Imperial Guard army. It's a great concept. We're going to execute it really well. Almost no expense spared on this thing, so check this action out. These are going to be the battle wagons.
Alright, here's a preview. There's the Snickrot Kroot. It's got like daggers.
Oh, that looks great. He's got night vision goggles.
Yeah, he has night vision goggles.
Alright, awesome.
There's a Commissar Kroot with a Power Fist and a Commissar head.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. He can either be a Knob or a Commissar.
Okay, great.
So it's he'll count for either one. That's the start of one of the tanks. Got a Kroot sticking out of the hatch, and I'll do some more like ramble, looted looking stuff. Probably stick like gear or stuff on there. Figure that out yet. There's a Pain Boy.
Oh, he has like a
It's a
hypodermic.
little, yeah, and a little saw blade thing. Then is either a Eviscerator Priest or a Big Choppa Knob.
Hey there! So this is the Forge World Order. Should we take a look inside? See what's going on? You know, I gotta tell you, Forge World, for a while there, they were not doing so good. Like poor fill rates, poor turnaround time. And they got kind of a reputation for that. But I have to say now, consistently for the last year or two, they've had a good fill rate and a good turnaround time. The trick is, you gotta hit the 250 British pound free express shipping mark, or just pay for express shipping. Whatever you do, don't take normal shipping. It takes too long. Definitely not worth it. So, let us take a look. Yeah, usually this stuff looks more exciting when it's put together, but at least we can tell you what we got. We have a Khorne, Demon Prince, and Herald. Now, the client here only wanted the Herald. So anyway, but he only wants the Herald, so we're going to have 3 Khorne demons left over. And I was thinking that would be the great nucleus for a Khorne army, that they could be run as Shaggoths, basically. They would. You do a couple with double-handed weapons, and then of course he has the Great Axe, which is a fabulous piece. And you can have 3 Shaggoths in a 2,500 point army. So I got to tell you, 3 Shaggoths all in a row, I don't know what could stand up against that, because they all get the Thunder Stomp ability on top, so it's 3d6 strength 6 hits. And I got to tell you, that's going to peel off a rank or 2. So there's that. Here's the next one, another Demon Prince and Herald. We've got a pre-heresy Land Raider. Oh, I wish I could remember what that was for, but it's for something. Someone's going to be excited to see that on this video. I think it's salamanders related. Okay, 2 Tau drone Remoras. We have a Ultramarines Venerable Dreadnought. This is going to have, I think, 11 different arms made up for it. Yeah, James is like, oh, brother! Dreadnought arms has become a problem with the new edition because they have so many options, but the kit only comes with, at most, half of those things. Isn't that right? Yeah.
That's if you're lucky.
Nightmare. So here's some Salamanders doors. Yeah, it is Salamanders for that. Here's another Demon Prince. Here is a Hydra Flak Tank conversion kit. Ah, and here's the good stuff. These are Rhinoxen pieces for, that goes with that Orc army over there. These are going to be the chariots. So they're going to have like a howdah on the back with 2 Orc warriors on there. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely great. So anyway, that's the studio update for the day, and sorry it took so long to get something up. Hope you enjoyed and got your inspiration.